Well, for almost 3 years, a shortage in computer chips has impacted companies and consumers across the technology sector. In tonight's Whatever Happened To segment, my colleague Brett Baer looks at what the U.S. has done to ramp up production and whether we can dominate the industry in the near future.
Thanks, Trace. A perfect storm created the semiconductor or chip shortage. The 2020 COVID-19 pandemic exposed the first sign of vulnerability. Lockdowns, coupled with an increase in demand for computers and devices for remote work, created a limited supply. Tensions with China also escalated, prompting the U.S. to place export controls on Beijing. And the push to go electric across the country, creating an increased demand among automakers. Tonight, we look at how the U.S. is working to increase its own production and whether we as a country can compete on the global market.
We're determined to lead the world in the manufacturing of semiconductors.
We need to bring that capability back to the United States. You can't turn on and off anything with an on-off switch these days without microchips.
And the fact that we don't make them in this country is a huge vulnerability.
The United States was once a leader in semiconductor manufacturing. As recently as 1990, the U.S. produced 37% of the chips used worldwide. That number has since fallen to 12%. Are we paying the price for some decision made a long time ago on semiconductors?
Absolutely. It wasn't just
when the COVID-19 pandemic began in 2020, production around the world was paused, and that brought to light an increase in demand for technology and microchips.
The reality is we had a whole world clamoring for electronics to work at home and to study at home, and those electronics are chock full of chips. So no surprise, demand for chips just went off the charts.
Most of those chips are produced in Asia, making supply in the U.S. even more limited.
Our fabs were running at near full capacity, really kind of breaking midnight oil, doing everything possible to get as many chips out the door as we could.
President Biden signed the CHIPS and Science Act into law last year. Lawmakers wanted the bipartisan legislation to end reliance on Asia when it comes to semiconductors. Are states competing as well?
Every governor out there thinks the next chip factory will be in their state. They will compete. I'm sure they'll put incentives on the table. And, you know, that's what they should do.
Many companies had already begun breaking ground on facilities before the incentives were official, including Global Foundries, which plans to expand production in upstate New York. Could you tie that?
Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakha Kodash, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom this world ignorantly calls God, the Holy One of Israel, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the house of David, those men doing his work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth, present their body as a living sacrifice. To you all I say shalom and greetings, and much love to the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right. So I don't believe this lesson is going to be too long, but just something that I found in Fox News. I might put this clip up. You know, it was like 5 minutes long, so I might just put a piece of it up prior to actually uploading this. So I may have a short clip before it starts. But this is in Fox News. This is published on March 28th, 2023. All right. And the title is Whatever Happened to the Global Chip Shortage? And Lord willing, I'll put it in the description box as well. But so, you know, in summary, they'll try to make this sound like it's about computer chips, right? They'll say semiconductors, right? And as a matter of fact, let me look up that term semiconductors real quick, because they'll make it seem like it's just all the green square things that you put into your computers. But they're on a path with this, right? So semiconductor, it says a solid substance that has a conductivity between that of an insulator and that of most metals, either due to the addition of impurity or because of temperature effects. Devices made of semiconductors, notably silicone, are essential components of most electronic circuits. All right. So, you know, they'll try to make it seem like it's just the little square blocks that you're using to make your computer work. But it says a conduit, right, between that of an insulator and that of most metals. So your body is going to be used as this new insulator, Okay, let me click on this word insulator here. It says a substance which is not readily allowed the passage of heat or sound, a substance or device which does not readily conduct electricity, a block of material, typically glass or ceramic, enclosing a wire carrying an electric current where it crosses a support. So that last one is probably the main one. A block of material, typically glass or ceramic, enclosing a wire carrying an electric current where it crosses a support. So, that chip, that's going to have the insulation. It's supposed to be the size of a grain of rice, right? But they're going to use your body as that conductor to be able to make it all come together. But see, they'll make this seem like, oh, it's no big deal, or they're using this for computers. But they said, I'm not sure which part of the video I'll put up, but they said they're building Arizona and Texas with the land that they have. They're already making plans to have big land set aside that they're already bulldozing in order to put these CHIP companies, right? They're talking about how a big portion of Asia is responsible for a lot of these, but they need to have more pull here in America, right? It says President Biden has been traveling across the country to meet with state leaders in an effort to ramp up semiconductor production across the United States. And they have something that came out maybe a year or 2 years ago called the CHIP Act, okay? And I remember doing a lesson on that, and they took it down the same night. Why they take it down so quick, man? But I'm going to get, it's only like one or two scriptures that I really want to get. But this another article from Fox News. This is from February 3rd, 2023. It says Kansas State plans to give $304 million to semiconductor company to build new factory. Won't go forward without federal funds. Congress approved a measure that provides over $52 billion in grants for the semiconductor industry. So this is the next big thing. And they're doing this because this is all propaganda. This is all meant to work on the minds of the people and make you think that it's just about this. They need to have this on a large manufacturing scale to put in people. Okay? It says Kansas plans to give $304 million in taxpayer-funded incentives to a semiconductor company in its largest city to build a huge new factory, but the project won't go forward without the funds the U.S. government has promised for rebuilding the nation's chip-making capacity. You see? So this is all a part of their plan, man. All a part of their plan. All right? Let me see here. I'm going to go to 2 Corinthians 2:11. It said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So what he's trying to do, what Esau Edom, the so-called white nation, is trying to do, they're trying to make you seem like, oh, it's about semiconductors. Oh, we had a big fall back in 2019 when C-19 hit. So now everybody needs to work from home, right? They're pushing it like, oh, it's a work from home effort. So now we need more semiconductors and computers to be able to make people work. But now they're bringing forth the CHIP to put in people's hands. They're bringing forth more AI and robotic technology, right? Which they said are going to replace like 80% of jobs, all right? Going back to the article, it says America is coming back. We're determined to lead the world in manufacturing of semiconductors. You see? So they're determined to run the world in that. It says in 1990, the U.S. produced around 37% of CHIPs used around the world. The percentage has plummeted over time to just 12%. Constructing and operating a fabrication facility, or fab, in the U.S. became more expensive. Costs soared 25% to 50% higher than abroad. You see, so they're trying to get back on track so they know what's coming, right? So they want to be able to have these big cities, big facilities where everybody can come get them, and they can be able to. These are the manufacturing facilities, so they'll be able to ship them out to other people in a short amount of time, man. See, Esau Edom, he does this, man. All right, he has a plan from the very beginning, but he covers it up like the devil he is, like it's something else. All right. It says, we eventually were able to catch up. That's the short term. The CHIPS Act, right? The CHIPS Act is really for the long term, Newfor said. there's been an overconcentration of certain aspects of our supply chain. And what we're trying to do right now is diversify. Right now, 75% of manufacturing has happened in Asia. That's been in East Asia. That's probably too much. You see, so they want to run the show, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So they want to be behind this. They want to be able to have a say in this, right? They want to be able to put this in everybody's hand. You know? Let me see here. And they'll try to create it like it's something else, man. That's why they so demonic, man. Right? Coercing the people. There's one more. It's really one more paragraph that I wanted to get in here. And then I got, I think, two scriptures that come to mind. Obviously, y'all know them. And see, now I lost it. You know, but ultimately, we see what they're doing, man. Esau is not slick to those that are in the know. Okay? We catching on to what Esau is doing. Okay? Let me see. Rich bond. This is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all. He causeth all, man. Right? They're putting this in motion. They've been working on this for years. They've had on your debit card, they got something called a C-hip. Now they're making it where you tap it. You don't even have to slide it or input it no more. Right? They got Amazon Go where you can slide your hand on there. Right? They got Teslas with electronic cars. They say it was also the big boost in electronic cars where you can just wave your hand upon it. Right? Now they got this thing coming out. So they've been programming you to be able to get to it. Esau is the devil. He's always, you know, when they have the media, they work on your subconscious, right? They get you to, the Wendy's, right? Let's just say the Wendy's lady's shirt. If you look on her neck, right, those aren't just squiggly lines that make up her shirt. That's subliminal messaging. It says mom on there, right? So they work on subliminal messaging, right? Things that are under the radar that you don't see, or in the music, they play it backwards so your subconscious picks up on it. So when they put mom on Wendy's, because who do you go to for a home-cooked meal, right? Mom. So they're basically like, this is your mother now. This is where you come. So it's nothing that Esau is doing that we're not privy to, okay? But going back, so he said he calls it all. Everybody's going to take that C-hip. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a charagma, a M-A-R-K, in their hand. That's an incision in the flesh, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You see, so you're not going to be able to buy and sell without that, but they're going to cause all. The only people that are not going to get it is the Lord's holy elect. You see, and all of these people are about to fall, and Esau just setting up the pieces, letting you think it's for schools and computers and technology. Yeah, it's for technology, all right, but you're going to be the next experiment, all right? He already experimented on you with that jab. This is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, behold, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You see, so that the hour of temptation is coming. He says it's going to come upon all the world, man. And now Esau Edom in America is just trying to get another start on it, because they know it's the next big thing that everybody's going to have to take. And just like a devil does when he got insider trading, what does he do? He starts betting on the sure thing. That's why they're trying to ramp it up right now. They know the dollar's about to collapse. They're trying to find a way that they can segue right into this thing and still be profitable. Okay? And Jay can't find the other paragraph that I feel like that it was hitting on. It says here, the shortage has also eased, but the technology is enhancing, and the demand for C-hips is expected to grow. Yeah, I bet. And they're just trying to cover it up like it's just regular semiconductors. I was looking at the video, hoping they was just going to put one on there. But basically, that's the same type of information. Those little square things, it's the same type of information that's on a C-hip, right? All they got to do is transfigure it, right? Let you know, hey, we're going to put medical information on here. All right, we're going to put finances on here. All that is downloadable information, things that you can put information on. That's all it is. And so they're going to use it, wrap it up in a grain of rice, and put that thing in the hands of the wicked. Okay? And that's what's going down. But you got to be in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to ultimately see it. All right? They got a whole act towards this thing. Like, America's losing in technology right now. Come on, man. It's many other things that's more important. Right? People got bad water out here. Right? You got animals being destroyed and beaching themselves. You got Israelites just struggling and starving. You got homeless community, the poor population. So many other things you can put your finances to, but this is what they're deciding to unload all of these finances into because they know what's around the corner. All right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this is his will, and all of the wicked are going to take it. See, let me see. This says Congress has sent $52 billion to us here at the Commerce Department, and it's our job to invest that. $52 billion? It says working with companies to make C-HIPs in America. Raimondo said every governor out there thinks the next C-HIP factory will be in their state. They will compete. I'm sure they'll put incentives on the table, and that's what they should do. You see, so they know this thing's about to come, and all these governments is knowing that they're gonna play a big part in that, and it's gonna bring money, attention. They're gonna put them in. Hey, matter of fact, let me see this. You can almost say it's gonna be 10 of these, and I say that I'm saying that kind of through the spirit, right? But when you read this is Revelation 11:13. It says, in the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. Right? So the point I want to get on is, let me just break it down so I won't be doing that. The great earthquake is talking about the missiles hitting America. Right? The 10th part of the city fell. That's the part I want to talk about. But that's basically saying the whole of America is going to fall. But the 10th part is because America is broken up into 10 FEMA regions, 10 FEMA zones. And so they might put one C-HIP factory in each one of those. And that's where people are going to have to travel to in order to get their C-HIP. You know, it's like I said, I don't know. I'm speaking as a man. They could put them at your fucking regular-ass Walmart so you can come get an easy access. But like I said, I'm just speaking as a man on that part, but it's partly scriptural. It says, in an earthquake was slain of men 7,000, right? 7,000 is the number of completion. So everybody who's here in America, when those missiles come, they're going to die. Slain of men means to kill men. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. That's the elect, right? Praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for saving them, right? It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? The third world war is on its way, and a lot of things are about to change, man. And we're praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to save us, help us, and deliver us from these woes that are coming, man, and keep us from that hour of temptation, for keeping hold to the word of his patience, man. So it's about to get real out here. Don't trust Esau. Never trust thine enemy. All right. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachel Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the house of David, the elect. Until next time, Shalom.